COVID-19 has changed the world as we know it. People have lost their relatives, their jobs, and we've lived through a terrible economic crisis. But as the pandemic recedes and the number of COVID cases reduces, things are beginning to improve. So it's time to make sense of the new world that we're living in. For business owners and marketers, the first priority is to observe how the pandemic has affected consumer behaviour and how to use those changes to grow revenue streams. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all having a successful season, and if not, we're here to help. In today's video, we're going to discuss how the pandemic has affected consumer behaviour and how that behaviour will continue to look as we transit to a post-COVID world. Understanding these new consumer journeys will help us to form marketing strategies for the coming years so that our businesses can cement their foundations in an increasingly digital world. With that said, let's dive right in. In modern times, there have been three major events which altered how consumers behave online. Looking at the history of e-commerce, we can see the idea first came about from English entrepreneur Michael Aldrich with his invention of electric shopping in 1979. However, his brainchild wouldn't become viable until the growth of the internet's popularity in the mid to late 90s, with the introduction of shopping sites and online marketplaces such as Amazon. Many investors saw the promise in these websites, and it wasn't long until we witnessed the dotcom boom and began to see consumers starting to become familiar with ordering online, reveling in the choices available and the ability to buy from other consumers on sites like eBay, something only previously possible in local car boot sales or mail advertising. In some cases, online communities formed around trading rarer items such as books or records. The burst of the dot-com bubble in the early 2000s looked like it could be the death of online retail, and with the shutdown of major online players such as pets.com, Webvan and Boo, it seemed like it would take a miracle to save the world of e-commerce. Well, that miracle was to arrive in 2007 when Steve Jobs announced the arrival of the iPhone. This landmark device, along with all the smartphones to follow, would put the internet in the palm of consumer hands, changing both shopping and social behaviour forever. Armed with their trusty devices and aided by the introduction of 3G technology, consumers were spending more and more time online, giving more and more data to social media platforms in exchange for the convenience of tailored experiences where they could explore their interests and connect with like-minded people. As this familiarity grew, we began to see people put more faith in parting with their money on online platforms. Online payment solutions such as PayPal and Apple Pay helped this process along. This was the case for millennials, and it would be even more applicable to the following Generation Z. So with the dot-com boom and the introduction of smartphones, e-commerce has consistently grown for going on 3 decades. But it was to be the third major event that would accelerate online consumption like never before. So how has the pandemic affected consumer behaviour? Well, for those of us with an online presence, it's pretty clear that the pandemic has caused a dramatic shift to online shopping. People have been forced to spend all their time indoors, give up hobbies and spend extended periods of time alone or in the same company. For many people, their biggest, in some cases only, outlet to the outside world was the internet, connecting with friends on social media, watching live concerts on YouTube, and shopping on their favourite stores' websites and apps. Alongside that, many retail operations had closed down, leaving consumers with no option but to shop online for things they had never searched for before, including groceries and cosmetics. We can't deny that e-commerce was already big pre-pandemic, but the online demographic of millennials and Generation Z has shifted to include older generations such as Generation X starting to imitate this behaviour. According to a survey conducted by McKinsey & Company, 75% of Americans report that they have tried a new form of shopping in this pandemic, and most of them intend on continuing. The Census Bureau further reports that consumers in the US spent a total $211.5 billion on e-commerce during Q2 2020. This shows a dramatic rise of $65 billion from the $146 billion spent on e-commerce in Q2 of 2019, almost 50% higher. Pre-pandemic, many consumers were still hesitant about shopping online, often using the online experience to check reviews, blogs and videos, but ultimately converting in a bricks and mortar location where possible. These consumers now understand and appreciate the convenience that comes with the internet, and most of them have opened up to shopping online, even as retail operations open up once again. According to the same study, 73% of online consumers also say that their pandemic shopping behaviours are here to stay. Customers can see many of the benefits of online shopping that just aren't there with retail shopping. Since many online outlets remove the middleman from the equation, consumers are finding better prices and more value in their online shopping experience. However, e-commerce isn't just about convenience. Websites and apps offer a rich, media-led experience, which keeps shoppers coming back online to look for innovation and inspiration. They are hoping to find something new that will excite them and add more value into their life. Consumers are becoming more trusting towards the ads they see on social media such as YouTube and Instagram. And a report from Think Google shows that 70% of consumers purchase from a brand after seeing a video on YouTube. But what are these consumers actually buying? Well, the latest studies show that there's been a double-digit percentage growth in online shopping intent, led by over-the-counter medicines, groceries, household supplies and personal care products. However, that's not all. The online shopping experience offers much more diversity in terms of products, brands and even values. Many consumers who wanted to move towards sustainable shopping but previously thought that there were a lack of options have now found e-solutions during their increased online activity. People are also finding more small and family-run businesses that they are showing a preference for. Consumers want their marketers to have values that focus on sustainable, racial equality, corporate responsibility, and other important issues of identity. They've been searching for ethical brands that will fall in line with their values. This can be seen in Google Trends showing that search interest in ethical online shopping grew by 300% from 2019 to 2021. We've also seen a decline in brand loyalty, with consumers showing that they're willing to try new brands that align with their own values. And what do these changes mean for you and your business? Well, as a business owner and marketer, it's essential to make sense of these trends and use them for your benefit. As retail operations have opened once again, some people will regress to their previous shopping behaviours, but the great majority will continue exhibiting increased online shopping intention. You need to grab their attention and show them the value that your brand offers. Maybe your goal is to grow your customer base, or to push a new product or service that you're offering and you just want to take advantage of the increased traffic. You might choose to focus on ethical values like sustainability and health, which have now become a priority for most customers. Whatever your aim, it's essential to create a strong online presence for your brand. This can be achieved through a range of digital marketing channels, from pay-per-click solutions such as Google or YouTube ads, through to a strong social media presence and offering a seamless user experience on your website or app. If that sounds like too much work, then you can also hire an agency like Lomax to handle this work for you and help you gain more customers whilst you concentrate on counting the cash. Keep in mind that as e-commerce activity increases, so will the competition from other brands and marketers, and from now onwards this already highly competitive online world of advertising is going to become even more ruthless. In times like these, it's essential that you take action and be proactive. As this pandemic recedes, this is a momentous time in history and the perfect opportunity for you to use this new online momentum to establish your business firmly as the known name in your industry. That's all we've got time for in this, the first video in our Standing Out in a Digital World series. Have you been spending more money online since Corona hit? Have you updated your means of advertising, and if so, are you seeing the rewards? Tell us in the comments section down below. We love hearing from you all. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and subscribe for more updates like this. If you press the bell icon, you'll get a notification every time we update. That's one way to keep ahead of the competition when it comes to forward-thinking marketing, so what are you waiting for? Until next time, stay safe, stay visible, and stay in the black.